Hello everyone. Today we will talk about while repetition structure or loop. Let's start with an example. Here is an example in which we are going to bring hello world 10 times. Then what we have to do is we have to write the C++ statement hello world for the 10th time. And this is also called the sequence control structure, in which the instructions are executed line by line. That's why we have to write the statements for the 10th time. And what about if we want to print the statements for the 1000th time or even 10,000? And what about 1 lakh? Will you write the statements for the 1 lakh time? So instead of doing this hectic work, we have an option in C++ program that we have a repetition structure in which we set one of the parameters to the number of times that we want to repeat. Let's suppose in this example, we will set that parameter to 10. And simply we have to write that statement, the task that we want to repeat multiple times, only once within the repetition structure. And that is the beauty of the repetition structure, that we have to write the statement only once instead of writing it multiple times. So repetition structures execute same task repeatedly, starts with initial step, increment the steps, repeats the task until the maximum limit reaches. Types of repetition structures or loop. So we have while loop, do while loop, for loop. While repetition structure, action repeated while some conditions remains true. When an action must be repeated, a loop is used. So if we have while loop syntax, you can see that we have the keyword while, and within these round brackets, we have a Boolean expression. And you know that the result of Boolean expression is either true or false. So if the Boolean expression result is true, then in that case only we will repeat the statements. We will come into this block, and within that block we have to write those statements that we want to repeat. So if you have the compound statement or you have the multiple statements, then you have to write those statements within these curly brackets. But if you have a single statement, then there is no need of writing the curly brackets. And you must observe that we do not put semicolon here and here. You can see that here is the flowchart. Here we have the condition. This is the same condition that we have to execute using the Boolean expression. So the result of the Boolean expression is either true or false. So if it's true, then in that case only we have to execute the statements which is in the loop body. And if it's false, we will skip this part. We will not execute these statements. Instead, we will go to the remaining part of the program. And if it's true, then these statements will be executed and this process will repeat unless the condition is true. While loop operation, first the condition is evaluated. If true, the body of the loop is executed and the control is transferred back to the condition for re-evaluation. During execution, some item from the Boolean expression is changed. If false, the while loop is exited and control is transferred to the statement after the while loop body. A while loop might not execute at all if the Boolean expression is false on the first check. Here is an example in which we have declared a variable a and we have assigned 10 value to this variable a. After that, we are using the while loop in which we have used the keyword while, and we are going to check the value of a, whether the value of a is less than 20 or not. So if the condition is true, in that case only we will execute the statements which resides within the body of the loop. Here, what we are going to repeat, we are repeatedly printing the value of a, and whatever the value contained by the variable will be displayed on the screen. And you can see that in the current situation, we have the value of 10 in the variable a, and 10 is less than 20. The condition is true, so this statement will be executed. And one of the item in the Boolean expression need to be updated. Here we will update the value of a, and the value of a is incremented by 1. And again, in the next iteration, we are going to check the value of a. 11 is less than 20. The condition is true. We will execute this statement. The value will update for the next time, and it will come from 11 to 12. And again, this process will continue until the condition is true. For the last iteration, it will check when the value becomes 20, it will come at this point and will check 20 is less than 20. The condition becomes false and it will skip this block and it will move to the remaining part of the program. Here is the output. You can see that when the above code is compiled and executed, it produces the following result. So this is actually the output of the previous program. Starting from the value of A as 10, we increment the value of A. The statement is repeatedly printing the value of A's until we reach the maximum limit, until the condition is true. So for the last time when it becomes 20, it will not print the value and it will come out of this while loop. Here is another example in which we are going to check the value of product. If the product value is less than or equal to 1000, if the condition is true, only in that case we are going to increase the value of product by 2. And then this process continues until the condition is true. Here is the C++ code in which we have assigned the value of 2 to the variable product. And within the while loop, we are going to check the value of product, whether the product is less than or equal to 1000 or not. And if the condition is true, in that case, only product equal to 2 multiplied with product. In the previous example, the value of product is 2 when the while structure is entered. The variable product is repeatedly multiplied by 2, taking values 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, 512, 1024. At product equal to 1024, the while structure condition product less than or equal to 1000 becomes false. This terminates the repetition. Observes that the final value of product is 1024. Example to print greetings using while repetition structure. Here in this example, you can see that we have declared a variable countdown and we are prompting the user how many greetings do you want. So the value entered by the user will be assigned to the variable countdown. And within the while loop, we are going to check the value of countdown. If the countdown value is greater than 0, in that case only we will print this statement hello on the screen. And after that, we are going to decrement the value of countdown by 1. Again, in the next iteration, the value of countdown will be checked. And this process continues until the condition is true. And the instance, if it gets false, we will not execute this part as well. And we will come out of this loop and will execute the remaining part of the program, which is that's all. Have a great day. Will be printed on the screen. Let's see the output. Here is the output. We prompt the user how many greetings do you want. So the user enter 5. So you can see that hello is printed 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's all. Have a great day. So this is for the input 5, printing hello 5 times. And when we again run this program, again it would prompt the user how many greetings do you want. But this time it enters 7 and you can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hello is printed for the 7 times. That's all. Have a great day. So it was for the 7 times printing hello 7 times.